All right, we're on to our product page checklist. I'm going to preference this. This is the most important checklist of your entire website, period, bar none. No questions about it. This is the absolute one. Reason being is all the other things that we've presented, whether it's audience, which is always useful, creative, which is only really going to be seen by people coming in from ads, pop-ups, which may or may not be seen by people if they have a pop-up blocker. We've got offers, which can exist on pages, but they were connected to a pop-up, so you may not see them. Landing pages can be skipped over entirely if you're not coming from an ad, which leaves us with product pages. Product pages have 100% open rate before someone adds something to a cart and then decides to make a purchase. So think about that. Like there is no other way to add something to a cart than really going through a product page, understanding the things about the product, the features, the benefits, the reviews, reading everything, and then adding it to a page and then going to checkout. So if you're gonna spend time on anything, all your resources, anything, please spend them on the product pages. And we're going to show you some examples over the course of this that will show you the difference between a really well laid out product page, a pretty well laid out product page, and then the typical product page and what that currently looks like for most brands. And it's going to be a pretty eye opening experience, I hope, for everyone, so that you understand that this isn't me overhyping the way these things go. It's me actually genuinely explaining where the biggest deficiency exists in the customer journey right now, where you can reprioritize all your resources in order to make massive gains happen for your store. So here's the checklist. Your conversion rate is lower than expected. Please check your product page has all the required information. This is what is CRO is all about. And we CRO is conversion rate optimization. It's two things: quality of audience and good descriptions across your entire touch points. This entire customer journey is conversion rate optimization. If you do every one of these things right, and if you do half of them right, your conversion rate is going to be pretty solid. So product page should be aimed at where the traffic came from. Should focus on the product, its variants, bundle offers, make it easy to see different sizes, colors, and other variants. Have large and detailed pictures, including all important angles. Should have value proposition clearly laid out. Answer customer journey oriented questions. Have crisp, clear, quotable copy, again, like the landing page. Copy with clear meaning behind it with goals. That one's going to be important for us to go over. Should use visuals whenever possible. Should cover what happens post purchase, shipping, returns, exchanges. The product page should have a timed offer via pop up, slide out, or embed. I'm teaching my best practices on that one, even though I hate that word. It works. Should be made easy for someone to ask a question. Should have searchable reviews that are easy to navigate. Should have answers to questions that lead to other products. Should have comparisons to other products. Your product page, let's take these one at a time. Where the traffic came from. Are we driving from ads? Sure. Okay. Are we driving from the website? Either way, we need to treat it as if no one knows anything about our company because no matter how they got there, you need to give some degree of details about how it relates to the company and everything else that you offer. Variants and bundle offers. Quite often, bundles are split away from products. There needs to be some language or clear linking that someone can take advantage of a bundle offer if one is available. Moving forward online, I don't see a situation where bundles aren't available on most products. So let's begin to start thinking about how we can factor this in. You should incentivize people to buy more than one. Straight up, you should. Your profit margin should be good enough that you make more margin off that and you can combine your shipping costs on that and everyone wins. So think about what makes sense for you from a profit margin unit economics perspective and work in some bundle offers for most products. Highly recommend it. See different sizes, colors, and other variants. Make it easy. Sometimes people make you reload another page, etc. Go different places, or they'll do individual variants that shows individual products, but they're really the same product. Whatever works for the customer to make it as easy as possible for them to understand the difference between stuff. Detailed pictures. My God, I wish more people had more pictures. And there's inconsistency from a lot of brands in terms of how many pictures are used and what's there. We're very visual, and that's noticeable by our social media followings and everything else. How we ingest information is visual. Do not skimp on the pictures. The more, the better. Make them clean. Good photography works. Show me up close pictures of certain features so that I know what they look like. We'll take you through some examples before we get to the product pages about what this looks like. Value proposition clearly laid out. If you got something that's a feature or benefit that I should know about, tell me about it. Lay it out in terms of priority about how we're different too. Let me know what's different about it. Uh, Answer customer journey oriented questions. Imagine I'm the annoying kid in class and I keep raising my hand and I keep asking questions. Those are all the questions that you need to be prepared to answer before I even like raise my hand. Or if I raise my hand, if I keep scrolling, I'm going to get the answer to them. That's it. Clear, crisp, clear, quotable copy. It's hard to say fast, but no buzzwords here. Make sure people know exactly what these things are. Make sure that people know how they function. Make sure why they're included. Make sure people know what the differences is, and have a couple takeaways there that like really hit people as a memory. Um, Clear meaning behind the goals. Like, what are your goals with the product? I ask people this a lot, whether it's consulting, working with brands, or something else. There's always a question where I say, "What is your goal?" Your goal of taking an action, making an activity, etc. My goal of going to a product page is to understand what the product's all about, understand if it's going to be a good fit for me, understand the features and the benefits, and understand some of the responsibilities I have after I make a purchase. Do I get to return this? What do returns look like? What are warranties looking like? Do people stand by their product? Where is this product made? All these common questions that come up on a regular basis. Visuals when possible, and then we go back. What happens? Purchase, shipping, returns, exchanges. Like those are some of the goals that I need like answering for. Time pop-ups, slide outs, and beds. You should be collecting data on this page, 100%. Like there is a thing where you should be sliding it out, usually 45 seconds to 60 seconds in. You should be collecting data relevant to the customer journey. You should be asking questions that connect the dots on what that journey looks like. It's important to prompt a user for information at multiple times during the journey. Most people skip the first one. Sometimes when they're further down in the journey, they'll answer the second one. In fairness, I showed this before, but I'll show you right now. Product page, 41% of people that subscribe via our product page form are converting, which is a pretty crazy high amount. If that's the case, you should be sure to have it there because this is actually our highest quality audience. With this, we are actually running a lookalike audience on this one, and it converts a lot higher than everyone else because not only is the higher percentage, but it's also further in the customer journey, which has the higher quality people, even if the subscriber rate is not as high as some of the other locations. The other thing is the AOV for these people is higher. Uh, Make it easy for someone to ask a question. Far too many times we go to a product page and there's just nowhere to go for help to understand what's going on. I'll show you examples in a second about that. Searchable reviews, they're easy to navigate. Make reviews easy. Like allow people to search by different topics or something like that. It's makes such a big difference. It's a little extra step for people, but the reviews get overwhelming and people just scroll for the first couple pages and that's it. If you do make changes to your product and you're keeping the reviews, the most recent reviews are the best ones because they're the most recent version of the product. I know sometimes people like to go back, but sometimes products change or get updated. So make that clear when products are updated and changed and what version a product is as well, if there are multiple versions. Comparisons to other products. You obviously sell multiple of different kind of products. If you do, I mean, give people the opportunity to look at different kinds of products. That's just goes without saying. So I'm actually going to take you in reverse order. I'm going to show you a product page that's lacking a lot of stuff. I'll take you to one that has most of the stuff, and then I'll take you to an advanced version that pretty much answers all the questions that you could have. So our first one up is this one, which is by a brand named Asher, who actually sponsors the California Tour. They're a golf company. So the new Asher Core Jogger is a modern silhouette for the modern man, a trendy look for the everyday. Featuring an anti-pilling, moisture-wicking performance blend, and Core Jogger will be your new go-to on and off the course. Sweet. All right, you know what the problem is with this? Everything. I don't know what the materials are. I only have one picture in this color. We can click to other pictures. One picture in this color. This shows us a little bit more of a modern silhouette, right? But that's all we got. You see if there's more here, slightly more. Maybe just the picture tobacco a little bit more. Okay, so product pictures are a little lacking. If I'm looking at this, I can kind of see what this looks like. It doesn't look like there's any zipper. I can make it even bigger. Cool. So this is a jogger, and those people looking for joggers or looking for them would need to know what the length of the jogger is and figure out, what their inseam is. There's no mention of an inseam here whatsoever. So that's kind of a bit of a trouble here. And we go here. Love the fit of these pants, very comfortable with great mobility. Great. That doesn't really tell us anything. First pair of golf joggers, great quality. Cool, but doesn't tell us anything. Great fit, doesn't tell us anything. Great material, doesn't tell us anything. That's it. And then they do also might like, and it's just a random smattering of different stuff here. And then recently viewed, right? So that's their entire product page. This is not a good product page. This is not a product page that sells. This is a product page that is splashed together, doesn't provide me the details that I need in order to make a decision, has a description that doesn't really say anything of anything, doesn't tell me what materials these guys are made of, doesn't tell me wash instructions, doesn't tell me anything. There's nothing to this product page. Like, there's so much room for opportunity that's hurting this conversion rate massively on this product page. Now, I'm going to show you a product page that uh, I built or helped build. So we're going to look at this guy. So very different in terms of what a product page looks like. We have the balance of what we are in terms of the materials. We have an inseam length. We have like another thing here in terms of like a value prop. We have them build your own pack. So that's like told right away that you can do that. We've got size, we've got color, we've got who they're perfect for with a description of this. We have a video from the founder explaining the boxer briefs. We have bullet points about what makes them specifically around the fabric, how we sourced it, the large front pouch, things like that. The guarantees even included. We have a section that compares the boxer briefs so that you can see the different styles. One has a fly, one has a different pouch and seamless hems. Inseams is the same across all of them. What's great for the wearer? We have questions. We have questions about the fit specific to this product. We have questions about what's in between sizes, micromodal, the pouch. When will the item ship? What's a return and refund policy? How to wash Krakatoas? Uh, our guarantees. And then a little bit here. And then we get into reviews. And these reviews are long, like really, really long. So one of the tricks that we do with our reviews is when we send out the emails, we really hype up that we really appreciate the interviews because they help other shoppers to better discover if this is going to be a good product for them. And, it means a lot to us to hear feedback so that we can continue building a better product. We go hard on this in order to like help bring them into the community to grab this. So we got long-term reviews. We've got these. Some of these are really, really small, but some of these are longer and longer and longer, and they go into things, and people take time to read through these things. So this is a medium range product page I think is pretty good before we get to our questions to go into deeper details. Uh, these guys make some of the best product pages I've ever seen, period, bar none. So they got the videos, they've got the shorts themselves. They show you the features of them with use cases for them. They show you different pockets that exist. I actually own these shirts and I bought them because of this product page. Free shipping, guarantees, and I did have to send a pair back because it started to come apart after a couple of days. They have the description, they have the features, and they have tech specs, so they tell you what it's made of. This is what people are looking for. They even give you a shell weight. I mean, it's a master class in how to build a product page. Really, it is. Pairs well with a little bit early in the journey. Go-to shorts for hit sessions, everything. They got a scroll bar so you can see inner liner. They've got um, all these guys. So they've got different options here. This should be above, even on desktop. You want to do those above so you can see something moving, because if you scroll down here, those go missing. But guys, switch that around. Find your fit. This is really cool. This made me change my perception of what fit I was. Normally, I would go a size small, but that's not my waist. Uh, I could be somewhere in between a medium and a large. I ended up going with medium, but my waist is more right on the edge between these two. But seeing people in different groups with height and waist and weight and stuff like that. And understanding that was really good. Understanding the 7 inch, 9 inch with different uh, measurements here and showing people like kind of how it all went. 11 inch on the 9 inch, 11 inch here, 5 inch has a larger leg opening and measurements. And then we get into reviews, and they're searchable reviews, which is always kind of nice as well. True to size, quality, etc. People are giving something. Like I could use a little bit more here, honestly, but it's a good start of a well laid out product page that gives you everything you need in order to make a decision. Stock and save, this could be bigger, and they have a compare all shorts section as well. So they're really hitting all the core elements of what you would expect to see on a product page. So I'm going to click on compare all shorts. Um, and then you can see all the differences here. Now, I'd love for this to be just incorporated straight on their page at the bottom of that product page, but more or less, it's a very, very well laid out structure that tells people exactly what things look good for. So, I mean, it's really cool to see how this kind of came together and how they build their product pages. Um, it's super awesome to see what that looks like. So let's go back because now we've gone through the checklist and we've seen a couple different examples and we have some visuals to represent kind of how we go through these. So where did the visitor come from? What was the ad creative? What was the ad copy? What channel did they come from? Do we treat them as a new visitor? Everyone should be treated as a new visitor, regardless if they've been there before. There's no such thing as too much information on a product page. If you're using ad creative and ad copy, make sure that ad copy and ad creative also shows up on the product pages. I don't even care if these guys did something and they said, modern silhouette for modern man. I haven't looked at their ads or anything for these guys, but like make sure that this is referenced at least in the description or somewhere else on the page. You want to bridge that gap. Assuming someone gets to a landing page, even when they get to a product page, you need to be reinstilling the same cadence throughout that journey. Does the product page focus on a product and its variants? Does the product come in multiple options? Does the product come in multiple sizes? Does the product come in multiple colors? Is it easy to move between different options? Are bundle offers present on the product page? Does the product page show alternative products that might be a better fit? We saw the difference between these three pages. On the Asher page, there's nothing there. There's no inseam length on there. So you don't even know how long the pants are. You just know they come in different sizes and there's no in between sizes. And I don't even think there's no, you have to use where to figure out what your size is. There's no size chart. That's pretty rough. Um, with these guys, the sizing is listing directly on the waist size. So you have a good idea of what it is and you have the size related to that, which is a neat way of doing it. With our guys here, there is no guide here. You have to go all the way down to figure out what your size is. That's kind of a little bit harder. You can click on it to get down here, which is nice, which drives you there, but it might be helpful for them to add waist sizes to these specific guys to make things easier so that you know what you're selecting. I don't know how many people don't scroll down to the bottom, but it's something to take note of. All right, multiple sizes, multiple colors is easy to differentiate the options. Our bundle offers for us. All these different things matter about how you're positioning stuff. As an ecom company today, I would have bundles on all my stuff. Everything should be able to be purchased in a bundle, at least my bestsellers. They should all be bundleable. We want people to purchase more products because it costs us roughly the same amount to ship those products. And if someone's paying for shipping or we're paying for the shipping, it doesn't really matter if we send two versus one, etc. The weight as it gets your single items are always going to be the most expensive to ship. So if we can figure out a way to work our unit economics correctly, we should figure out how to do that on every single one of them. Does the product page make it easy to see different sizes, colors, and variants? Is it easy to compare and contrast the sizes, colors, and other variants, including pricing? Does the product page use descriptions to describe the size of people where applicable? We saw the three variants of this. No description, waistband descriptions here, and whether or not you're in between, and then full on Here are your different sizes of different people wearing the same version. There are various, and they only do this for the interval short, by the way. So they don't do this for all their products. There's the extreme version for your top products, and you invest in the quality of building something out that works really well for a website. There's the medium version, which is good enough, which is fine for most brands, where you're at least adding context to what to do if you're in between sizes, etc. Like for instance, it goes 30, 31, 32, 34, 36, 38. There's no 33. What do you do if you're size 33? Don't know. How flexible is that waist? Don't know. Don't even know what materials it's made out of. These are all issues. These are all issues that are going to prevent people from purchasing this product. So, if there's different sizes and different variants, how do we see that? Do they vary by pricing? Does pricing change? On Amazon, pricing changes depending on the variant that you select. They do dynamic pricing across all their stuff. It makes things a little bit harder to figure out. Actually, let's look this up. Amazon. Sure. Core jogger. Looks like they're not sold on there. But let's look up 10,000 CC men's shorts. They're not sold on Amazon either. Well, all these are sponsored too. Anyway, so we were looking to see if they were on there to see if they did anything differently on those pages. Amazon is a stickler for including a lot of that information. When we used to work with Amazon and ship product to them, we had to do A plus pages for everything. Uh, A plus pages means that they're full descriptions on every product page about your company, other products that you offer, etc. That is the gold standard, and it has been since 2016. We're going on 7+ years of that being the gold standard, and yet we still have product pages that look, unfortunately, like this that provide zero context. So if I'm get here, I don't really know what to do. All right. Does the product page contain pictures that are clear, color accurate, and show detail? Oh, color accurate. That one's hard. Sometimes you'll see pictures online that are not color accurate, and it's really, really tough. I've bought jackets before that are not color accurate, like look completely different from website to website from major brands. It's always a bit of a struggle. Show detail though. Does the product allow for zooming in, craftsmanship of the goods? The product images make it easy to see the product from all angles. Images show the outside as well the inside of the products. Are there videos included in the product photos? Are there product photos broken out larger down the page? Okay, look at this guy. This is all we got. We got 3 grand total images. We don't know what anything looks like. And if you get there on the original one, you only see one image of the product. Look at this guy. We've got multiple different images that show different colors, different angles, up close images, stitching images, etc. Down here, there's a full walkthrough. There's an up close of the materials. There's even a little bit more in terms of what the gusset looks like, and then we have individual review pictures. So that's a little bit better. These guys take the cake though in terms of what they got. They've got a rotating video that shows someone wearing it. Down here, they have individual shows of what the pocket looks like in action. They've got some black and whites here as well. So they've got like a whole layout of what things look like. Down here, they take it a step further. They show you the liner that comes with them. They show you the different pockets that can fit stuff in them, etc. So you got all that. So they're taking it a step further in terms of understanding what those pictures look like and how to make stuff clear. It's super important to have that stuff. For most people, they're never going to experience your product in person. And as you just saw, both those brands are not on Amazon, which means you can't go ahead and purchase that product and then return it really, really easily. There is going to be some work related in returning products to D2C brands. Most of the time, shipping is not free on the way back. So, continuing down on this, does a product page have clear value proposition? So, does the page Force a narrative about the product. Does it allow the visitor to learn about the product organically? Does it have a goal of a sale or building curiosity? Is the product page aimed to inform rather than sell? Does the product page hit on the main reasons people purchase backed by data? There's a lot in that, but this is all about clear value propositions and why people purchase products. Example A, no value propositions. Absolutely nothing actually here. Um, Example B, value propositions. So, who are they perfect for? What makes them perfect? Explanation of this. Compare them. What's great for their wear? Questions and answer format. Similarly, here, there's a person for Metacons hit sessions, short run. So it's telling you what they're there for. Developed and tested by core athletes. We've got the different features that are there, unmatched versatility, and then we talk about the different features that are all here. Um, it's got like everything kind of like built into that. They're all built to build on the narrative of the product. It allows the visitor to learn about the product organically. It takes them through that journey and their questions that they would have. It's not built for a sale. The sale is a net process of having all the information provided in one place. Um, it's to inform rather than sell. Like, you know, do things hit on data? The data that I showed earlier about the responses and the insights is all regurgitated back throughout the page that we know to be things that make sense for us. Um, that's kind of how it goes through. There's a huge difference between this and these two pages. And honestly, like these are the pages that e-commerce demands now versus the pages that a lot of people are using right now. Does the product follow a Q&A format that guides rather than pitches? Does talk about who the product's a good fit for, who the product isn't a good fit for, what makes it different, what's great for the purchaser. Talk about what makes it a great gift, sizing, between sizing, fit, use, transport, where should be used, shipping policies with estimates, warranty, return, refunds. We hyped on this on the landing page too. If you're going to sell on the landing page, you need all these things. You absolutely 100% need all these things on your product pages. There's no questions asked. Like it has to be somewhere on the product page so someone can see all these things. Example one, nowhere to be seen. Example two tells you what is perfect for it. There's a video, there's explanation, what makes them great for the wear, and then they have all the questions answered. There isn't anything, if someone read all this, that they couldn't have answered, which is great. Other example, everything's right here. Got all your big guys right there, your guarantees right there. Tells you who they're a good fit for, tells you all the things about them, helps you get sizing correctly, shows them in action as well with some reviews. Like they do a good job of rolling it out too as well, right? Like these are the basics of selling online. And sadly enough, the majority of brands do not have even these basics in place when it comes to product pages, which is the top place that someone goes to make a decision about their products. It is painful for me to go and look at product pages over and over and over and see that all these questions are not answered in a conceivable way. And these are all questions that I would have as a customer if I was talking to someone in person. Who's this a good fit for? Can I use this for this activity? What makes this different from some of the other models you guys carry? What's something that, people that do you currently own this? Like, what do you really like about this? What do you think is great? Would this make a good gift for someone? I'm a little bit in between sizing, or is there something I should know about the sizing, or are there different variations of sizing that I should be aware of between different models or something like that? Like, how does it wear doing this activity? Like what's this feel like? Is there a situation that this is probably not a good idea to wear? Like this is not good in hot climates, etc. What's your shipping policy? Like how long will it take to get to me? What's your warranty? Do you have a limited warranty? What am I warranted for? If I want to return it, like am I responsible for returning it? Do you have a refund policy? Like if all things go terrible, like what's that look like? These are the questions that everyone has when they're going to make a purchase kind of throughout and at every single step. And these are the things that are consistently lacking on all product pages. And it makes it really, really, really tough to make a decision and to trust a brand that you have never tried if these are not answered. It's Pretty much that straightforward. Uh, but again, like a lot of pages do not have these things. They don't go into depth. They do not explain these things. I was looking at these guys the other day. Great example. These guys the other day were doing a huge sale, and they've got this offer, and that's the description and returns and exchange, and that's it. At least they have a comparison product between similar, but they're all the similar products. Now, minus all this, they do not have a size guide on this particular product. And let me see what they have. They do have it, I believe, on some of the other ones. But let's click on a polo shirt. Let's see what's up. So they do have a size guide on this one that pops up, which is nice, but they don't have it on the other one. So that's something that's missing. They tell me what the material is, which is good. So I can see what that is. They tell me how to wash it, which is also good, okay, which I could see there too as well. They don't have any pictures of anyone wearing these. They do have different differentiation between some of these, though it looks like they're just misformatted here more than anything else. There's no videos. There's no nothing. This is it. This is what I get. So it's there's not a there's not enough here that's going to give me anything to go on. It looks like this is even miscategorized because it's in the quarter zip pullovers, but it looks like a golf polo. So they've got some other stuff going on with them. This is how common this is. There are so many product pages out there on the internet right now that are not converting because they do not share enough details and they are not done in a way that makes sense. And they're focusing on the wrong things. Why do I care about points on a purchase? All sales are final. Great. Okay. You need to go above and beyond if all sales are final in order to tell me exactly why this is going to be a good fit for me and make me buy with confidence. Right now, I can't buy with confidence. I don't have a size guide and I don't see people wearing the product, not like a 10,000 does, right? Like I'm left to just kind of figure it out. So take note of as you're going through your own product pages or your client's product pages and look at how these things are presented and where these exist and what that fit looks like. So even tell me what the fit is. Uh, Tailored for a comfortable fit. I don't know what that means. Doesn't mean anything to me. Everyone looks at different fits differently, tailored or untailored. Okay, does the product page have crisp, clear, and quotable copy, or words easy to understand, or buzzwords kept to minimum? Same stuff we saw on the landing page in the previous lesson. Like, does it entertain? Does it take you to where you want to go to? Does the copy have clear goals behind all the words? Are any filler that should be removed? Are words easy to understand? Does all copy make sense with visuals? Hugely important. There's no copy on here to talk about. There's barely any copy on this to talk about either. No curl, self collar, short sleeves with open cuff. Okay. Uneven vented hem. I don't know what that means, and there's no pictures of that. Micro polyester. Okay, but why? Why does that matter? Quick dry, easy care, sun protection suite. Okay, but there's not a lot here, right? There's no context as to why those things are mentioned or why they matter. Um, Here we can go and tell you why lightweight, unmatched breathability, here is softness, the spandex move for you, enjoy more room in a front pouch. There's context as to why these things matter. What's great for the wearer here with the fit, there's explanations as to why these things go. We already know that these guys do this. They tell you what's good for everything. They tell you about premium everything. They tell you about why this matters. This is the things that we're talking about. It's the extra little bits that allow you to understand the context behind why someone is even mentioning a feature. There needs to be more to these pages so that people can understand why all these things matter. You don't need buzzwords to do this stuff. But if you're going to use the buzzwords like charcoal infused, tell me why charcoal infused is better. Like, assume that I know nothing about it. And I think the largest problem that we have as companies is we assume that everyone knows everything about products and the things that go into products, where in most cases, I don't. I'm even a guy that understands fabrics, textures, and everything else and has a background in some of this stuff. And I still like charcoal is supposed to be antimicrobial and self cleaning, but does that mean it's better than something else for, sweat protection or something else? Let it in there. Let it in there. Uh, Make it useful for people to understand too. Like so far, we haven't really seen any quotable copy. Like there's nothing that's like, the best because you deserve it or something like that. And, there could be a little bit more to go there. The visuals are good on the Krakatoa page and the 10,000 page. The visuals are absolutely terrible on the Swing Juice page and on the Asher Golf page. No offense to them, I'm sure they got successful businesses going on, but like there's a huge difference between those pages and the other pages. Those other pages are going to convert at a much higher rate and they're going to have more sales and have more ability to scale because they've spent the extra time building out an experience that makes sense for people. The page use visuals where possible in place of words. Uh, no, no, yes, yes. That's a yes, yes, right? Like there's the clear difference there between this. Like it's a very clear difference. Are the words easy to, you know, visuals that show differentiating factors? Yes, they do. They have things on the page that show why they're different, and that's important to add context to everything. Um, I always struggle with this because it's context that you're selling against other brands that are similar to you, and it's also context that you're selling against other brands or other products that you have in your own line. And it's very important that you tackle both of these. And for a lot of these, it's very difficult to be able to say, yeah, 100%, this is different, and this is why, because everyone just assumes everyone knows why something's different, and that's not the case. Visuals help out quite a bit, but keeping it to one or two key things works a lot better than everything else. Does the product page cover post-purchase considerations? Shipping estimates, shipping costs, warranties, returns, refunds, exchange policies, all these things. They do returns and exchanges here. Final sale, no returns. I think that's because of the sale, though. I don't think that's because of anything else going on. For domestic shipping, order ship within. So that's good. They're at least tackling some of those things. Uh, they don't have anything here. So that's kind of like a fail. This is a website that I actually work with. So we don't list the ship timings on here. So that's something that was flagged. That's on our new redesign that's coming out. We do, however, go through return refund policy. Shipping is here. It's just buried down here. It needs to be closer to the buy button, but it is there. So all these are checked off. These guys do something very similar on their page as well, where they tell you. So they don't tell you when it ships, though. They don't give you a time for that. Um, and they don't really tell you much about the refund policy. So 90-day return is exchanges. So they've got some stuff going on there, not everything though. I'd like to see more of the FAQs on this page, to be completely honest with you. I'd want to see where stuff's at. If you're going to put it on there, put it on there and put it all in one place. Does the product page have a time to offer via pop up, embed, or slide out? Does the offer come seconds after a landing page? My own personal preference on this one. This one showed a pop up and it was one and done. This one showed a pop up and it's one and done, and it doesn't show up on this page. These guys, if I wasn't already subscribed, I would have got a pop up from them. Uh, these guys showed the pop up and it went away and it's one and done. So they're that's kind of it. Like you got your one crack at it. So they don't really care too much about customer data and collecting all that stuff. Me personally, I'd always have a secondary pop up that shows up so that I can grab further data for people that are farther down in the intent cycle so that we can work towards stuff like this that says, hey, 41% of people are going to convert if I send them this offer deeper in that journey, up to 41%. All right. Does the product page make it easy to reach out to someone with a question? Does it provide a chat, text, or phone number to call? Ugh, these guys are the toughy ones. Let me move this guy out of the way. There's no chat. There's no chat on this one. These guys don't give me anything to go on. I don't have a question. I don't even have an ability to ask a question. I do have an ability to ask a question here, which is good. Move this back over here. uh, our own stuff. You can ask a question, which is good. I don't believe there's anything in the Flutter that makes it easy to call in or ask a question that way either. Might consider putting that ask a question and having it redirect to a type form with an easy to ask questions. Um, so, does the product page have the searchable and relevant product reviews? This is kind of something that's pretty key that seems like it's just missing from a lot of things. Uh, Most recent, highest, most helpful, that doesn't really help. Um, For these guys, we can search reviews, which is pretty easy, which is nice. I like the ability to do that. There's also questions that are clearly listed, which is pretty nice there. If I look down here, I can search reviews, which is also good, and I can look at filters, which is also really helpful. So you're looking for context, and I'm going to keep saying context over and over and over, but e-commerce is about context today. If you have context relating to why someone's on a page, how they're operating on that page, what they're looking for on that page, and the difference between those, you're going to be better off long term. Do the reviews provide in-depth information, share value propositions, easy to search, navigate, read? We looked at some of these reviews and they didn't tell us anything. And it's tough because you're at the whim of a customer to leave a review that provides context. Um, I always suggest that when you reach out for reviews, you should Mad Libs it and help people understand context. I love hate this product because of blank blank blank. I have used other similar products including blank blank blank. Overall, I believe this product is amazing, shitty, or whatever because of XYZ. That's the format that I really care about in reading a review, and that's what would help me buy a product. I used to wear Hanes underwear. I love this product. I used to wear Hanes underwear. I've tried X, 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 and X. None of them have stacked up because these are more comfortable, easier to use, and they wash amazingly well. I wish I had found these earlier. I recommend them to all my friends. Like that's the review that I want to hear so that there's context as to what they used to use, what they compare it to, etc., and what makes it good. Like that's really what we need more of. Do the answers to questions direct the visitor to appropriate products? Do the questions and answers help to lead the visitor to alternatives? Have a comparison. And I know that we showed earlier about how Krakatoa has comparison directly on the product page. We also showed how 10,000 has the compare, but it's really close and up to the buy button there. I think there needs to be more integration of contextual relationship between pages. That's me personally. I want to see, is this the right short for me? Help me find the right short. Like, what activities do I like? Boom, 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 boom. Help me decide what's going to be right and show me a comparison of the different features so that I know which one is going to be the right fit for me. We also see how we don't have this. Like, these guys are comparing different polo shirts, but they're all the same. They're just listed differently. I'm pretty sure they're all the same, just listed differently. Or why are they different, or how are they different? And why is this one $24 and this one whatever, right? Like, there needs to be some context that tells us what the deal is and what's different and what makes sense. So context is always going to be key here to understand how things are different. Product show comparison. Yes. Does it show comparison between different products? They all should. They all don't. And it's really tough because then you'll end up in a collection and you'll try to do self comparison. You'll open multiple tabs. You'll be clicking back and forth. It's the same gripe I have a lot with quizzes, where quizzes just give you answers and then you open them in different tabs and then you got to flip back and forth in order to understand the difference between the products. And you need to make a decision based on that. It's incredibly difficult to be prompted with different products and have to self compare and then decide which one's right for you. Without context of comparing them one to one on one landing page, it becomes a nightmare of back and forth and trying to figure it out and read reviews, and it's all over the place. Most of the time, quizzes are just a result of really bad navigation more than anything else. It's not about data collection. It's too early in the process to do that. Does the product page include a video of someone introducing the product? Is it easy for someone to see the features of the product via video? This is a huge one for me. And it shouldn't be, but it is. I want to see someone showing off the product up close. And there's a lot of influencers and other people that do unboxings that do what brands should do, which is take an up close look of the product, show how it works, show how it bends, show how it works. And they go into the details and they take the B-roll necessary in order to show the inside of the stitching and stuff like that. In fact, most brands would be better off just flipping their product inside out and showing what that stitching looks like so that everyone has a good understanding of what the construction is. Um, I know these things take time, but legit with the type of content that we're used to right now, this could be an iPhone on a tripod and someone explaining and showing the differences of what the product looks like and taking people through the paces and showing stretch on something or showing the silhouette of something. It would work out. It would take approximately 30 seconds per product, and you could knock them out really quickly. Or offshoot a bunch of them to influencers or people that want to do it and just have them send back a video that shows them in the product. I mean, compensate them for it. Just seed the market in exchange for a video. Call it a day. There are ways to do this that are more authentic and can get you the content that you need so that you can properly understand whether or not something works. And we're lazy. We're like really, really, really lazy. We also celebrate conversion rates that are like 1%, 2%, and we complain about why we don't have it. And we go straight to ads instead of focusing on the one page that matters as the product page and the content around it. So, like, honestly, at this point, guys, I think you've been listening to enough of these lessons. It's not that these things are difficult to do, it's that we don't have a framework and a checklist to go through to make sure that these things are there, and we don't have the resources necessary in order to properly allocate our own individual time in order to build stuff that matters that creates a high conversion rate. I guarantee you that in 10,000 cc is converting higher than Asher Golf is in swing juice. Guarantee you. I guarantee you Krakatoa is converting higher than those guys as well too, because I actually know what the conversion rate is for them for the past month, even being out of stock of some of our products, and it stands at over 6%. Like, I, these are the things that you can do in order to increase conversion rate and increase revenue making capabilities across your entire line. These are the things that matter. So when I'm going through all these lessons specifically on product page, I'm going through it because these are things that we are testing and working on and have been working towards in order to build a better experience. And we've seen the results of just doing the small things. So as you're going through these checklists and you're saying, God, this is a lot of information or this is too much information, investing time and energy into this instead of your ad budget is going to pay dividends across your entire customer journey. And your ad budget is going to go way farther, and your customers are going to be completely happy, and your conversion rate is going to spike and go up, which means you're going to get more product into hands. But like I began this lesson, your product page has a 100% interaction rate before someone checks out. If you're going to spend time on anything, spend the extra time on creative, on anything, on leveraging your creative onto your product pages because everyone has to see them before they convert.